Hello, hello, it's Lara Joe. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Let me know how it is. Just getting set up, getting the candle started. Candles. Let's see. I should have grabbed a drink. A little bit more, but soon. All right. Hello. Which deck do I want to start with? I'll start with the Cat Tarot. Hope you're having a beautiful evening. Or whatever time it is for you. A beautiful day. Alright. So we have the Cat Tarot. Let's see what we need to know. Alright, we have Two of Swords. This is... We're yawning because we feel like we've been stuck, stagnant, not able to move. We need to make a decision about what it is that we want, love, need, and desire. Let us see. We have Seven of Cups. You have many options in love. You need to decide which option in love you want to pursue, though. Stop thinking about it so, not stop thinking about it so hard, but start actually discerning, choosing, cutting out that which is definitely not for you. If you have 7 cups, if you had 7 different love offers, you wouldn't be able to entertain all 7. You'd be exhausted. So you have to discern which one is for you and then kind of narrow it down. And sometimes that checklist starts as a very simple, I just don't like the way their hair looks. Okay, cool. I couldn't see having children with them. Whatever it is. So yes, you feel like you've been stuck, stagnant, held in place. You've had lots of options to weigh. It's time to get out of your head about it. Justice. Any of these options that have done you dirty, they can go. The cutting room floor, we're done here. And that's gorgeous. All right. Let us see what else we need. Hey, we're the monkeys. We're just monkey around. When we get out of our head, we decide what we want. We make the decision. 7 of Cups. Justice. We get Ace of Cups. That's love. That's happiness. That's wish fulfillment. It's drinking from the fountain. Whether it be the fountain of youth, the fountain of love, the fountain of life. When you choose the decision that makes your heart happy and not everyone else's, you get justice. And then you also get love. Once you put you first, you get love. Okay? So Ace of Cups coming out. Love it. Let's see what else, if we need anything. Hiya, how are you? I can't see your name. Sorry, baby. Welcome on in. I'm Lara Joe. Hope you're having a beautiful evening. Come sit and enjoy some tarot, life advice, anything that comes out. Ace of Swords. So we have 2 aces coming out. We have Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords. We make the logical decision. So Swords is Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. And we had Justice come out. We had Swords come out earlier. So this is getting out of your head, making the logical decision. It's yeah, we know. I will do a reading for you in just a moment, baby. We know that this isn't fun. We know that we don't like it, but it has to be done. And then Ace of Cups, we get love. All right. Let's see if I can do this. All right, Mexican girl. Do you want to do a general read, or do you have a specific question, baby? Because I can do either. Okay, well, do you have candidates that you know love you, or who loves the girl? Who loves the girl? All right, so out first, and just let me know, Taurus is, so Hierophant Taurus came out, and Hierophant is it's tapping into higher knowledge, knowing what is for the best, what we know, what we want, what we need, everything like that. So you could have a Taurus that loves you. You could be a Taurus, or it could be that you need to tap in with the higher sources to determine who's for you. Let's see what other information we get for the girl, other than Taurus. Alright. Yeah. Alright, so you may have a Taurus interested in you. It's very, like I say, Venus energy, or it could be that needing to tap into that enlightenment of love and deciding which is the best avenue for you. Let me see. Let's see if there's any. All right. Well, that's. Oh, goodness. All right. So I'm going to do, since all those cards came out, I'm going to read the spread and kind of give you a little more information. We also have Libra energy out here. So we have straight up, this is about love, obviously, because we have Venus. We have Libra with Justice. We have the Hierophant, which is the opposite side of Libra with Justice. Like, Libra and Venus is the ideals of around love, and Venus, the Hierophant, is like the action steps of love. So love that's coming out. This is dealing with contracts, life, partners, stuff like that. So like I say, I have Justice. So whatever has been kind of plaguing you, it's like being wrapped up, because Justice, especially on this card, it's like you can't bite the hand that feeds you and expect to still get a pet. So it's like you've gone through something where somebody turned around and they took your kindness for weakness and they bit you. So it's tapping in and knowing that it's a small situation, like you don't need to get worked up about it or worry about it. It's being taken care of. I do have Two of Swords, so you feel, and with this card, it's like bored. Like, we're bored. And it's like a stalemate energy, and you need to make a discernment, like a decision between the options that you have. I also do see Seven of Cups. So with Seven of Cups, you have options, yet you have to take and use your swords to decide which options are the best for you. It comes with Eight of Swords, and Eight of Swords that's all mental. So all of this really feels like you've been up in your head about this situation, but it's now needing to tap in and know that it's taken care of. Like, sometimes you just have to lean into that, knowing that whatever you're worried about is taken care of. So Two of Swords, like I say, it's getting out of your head. You're in a stalemate. You're kind of bored. You're like, ugh, this again. Seven of Cups, you have lots of options, yet not every cup with Seven of Cups is an option that you want. So you have to discern, like you have to actually sit with the options and sit with the stock and decide what's best for you. So Seven of Cups, you have to make a choice. You can't just put your heart out there and be like, I hope somebody loves me. It's like you have to make a decision that you want love. You have to make a decision to open your heart so that love can walk in. And then when people present offers to you, you have to make the decision of if it supports your long-term goals. Like, don't settle on that, oh, I'm happy in this exact second. Like, you have to determine long-term what's the best for me. Eight of Swords, it does feel, though, like you've gone back and forth, like you've been in your head. Eight of Swords is that mental imprisonment and saying this wheel has to stop. Like, we can't keep doing anymore. So Eight of Swords, if you look at this card with the kitty, he's fighting a toilet paper roll. It's like, there's nothing to fight there. Like, don't fight with people that aren't worth your time wasting the energy. And then the final card that came out with that was 10 of Wands. So passion, wands, that's fire energy. And kind of what it feels like is it feels like something potentially was triggered in Leo season or Sagittarius season. I see 10 of Wands, like you're putting those burdens down because you're like, this is not it's not my cross to carry. It's not my axe to bear. Like, we're done here. So 10 of Wands, you're going to put down whatever burdens from the past and say, I'm not going to beef with it anymore. Okay? So the energy, like I say, it feels like either a Taurus or a Libra, and it feels like you've been trying to weigh the options, but you've kind of hit that, like, maybe nothing seems like a good option. You're like, nah, if it's going to make me sick, I would rather just not. So let me know how that resonates, baby. On the bot, so the Chariot, Cancer, I didn't even turn over the deck. Chariot, the Cancer card was on the bottom of that whole deck, like it was sitting face down while I was like going through all those cards. So you're in there. I just hadn't flipped over. Does it feel like it resonates, or do you still have questions? Are you like, okay, or... Hey, Addie, how are you? That's kind of like a regular reading, like a general or like a paid reading. I'm all right, Addie. It's... okay, so we got snow. And I was born and raised in the desert, and I don't do snow. And then, since I've lived here, it's snowed a little bit, not like this. I woke up, it was snow out. It's cold. I'm stuck inside. It's kind of cool, but I'm still pissed off about it because it's snow. So, yeah, that's how we are. Dealing with the cold. Okay. Do you want to talk about it? You want to talk about it? You want me to just read for a minute and see what we get? Yeah, the fog. Wait, okay. Yeah. The land that I live on, it gets foggy around here, and it's like eerie when it gets foggy because you're like, I don't know if that's what that is. And we're just not going to explore that. Like, because one of my friends lived close to here, and I was at her house, and she had a lot of family there, and there was a lot of just energy in the air, and the sun was starting to go down. The land has energy. It has a lot of pain and misery. The sun was going down, the fog was rolling up, and I was like, yeah, you know what? That's a little too close to home. It's creepy as hell. So. So how did you find out that they were talking about you, Addie? Was that like an intuitive nudge, or was that you found evidence, or it feels like you got a download or a message about it somehow, like from a weird... So is the friend that told you, is it one of those, is it A or P, or is it... Have you dated either of them? Okay. Let's see what else we get. Okay. So, Addie, I have the High Priestess. I have the High Priestess. So that's about creating the life that you desire. It's like having the space to be able to bring into your life the best that you want. So that was the primary card that popped out, was High Priestess, which is Libra energy. So High Priestess is using all of the tools within your environment, I freaking can't talk, environment to create the best outcome for yourself. And if you think about it, like, it always works out in your favor. Even if you have the worst case scenario thing happen, it's always going to turn out okay. So that's that High Priestess energy of you create the life that you want. Think abracadabra, I create as I speak. So High Priestess is very tapped in, tuned in, turned on to, I own this environment. Like, I am the creator of my happiest timeline. We have the Page of Cups. So this could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Page of Cups. It tends to be more that's immature energy. I mean, in this card here with Page of Cups, he's drinking from the toilet water. And emotionally, do we want a dude that drinks from the toilet water? Like, that's probably not the person that you want to be dating. So, and the response cards that came out with that, because I kept shuffling and like nothing was coming out, and then these two cards popped out, but they popped out what looked like kind of reversed, but when I turned them around, like, they literally did come out reverse, even though, so it took forever to get them, and then when they did pop out, they came out weird. So it's 6 of Pentacles in reverse and 3 of Cups in reverse. So what's happening is, because of this behavior that's immature, the Page of Cups energy, it's creating your finances and your collaborations to be turned upside down. So if it feels like you're in middle school when you're working with these two individuals, regardless of how young or old you are, it's going to mess up your finances, because then they triangulate and play games. So it just feels kind of like not bueno. It's like we need to be able to see what the bigger vision is. As a High Priestess, it's gorgeous energy, but when you get stuck with Page of Cups, like, you're left upside down, you're being put in competition with other people. It's just kind of gnarly energy. All right. Do you really want to know? Does it change the outcome? Okay, so this gets to the slightly messy side. You may not always get the answers you want to hear. That being said, also, there comes with repercussions for dipping in people's thoughts, private, anything. So okay. What did they talk about? All right, so we have Wheel of Fortune, which is like typically like a lucky cycle, right? Like Wheel of Fortune, we say the wheel is changing in our favor. The thing is, the cards that came out with it are death or endings and 5 of Cups. What it, like, energetically, what it feels like they talked about was like taking advantage or leaving you out in the cold, or it just doesn't feel like spectacular energy. And I don't know your story, I don't know your people. If it fits, it sits. It does not apply, let it fly. It doesn't feel like, it feels like mind games and trickery and conning people. That's what the cards came out when it came out with Page of Cups and those in reverse. That's what it feels like. And then, like I say, Wheel of Fortune, it's and the death and 5 of Cups, it's all, whatever they talked about was endings emotionally, like playing freaking mind games, playing games, and do with that as you wish. It's not like, if it fits, it fits. It does not apply, let it fly. That's why I don't like tap into what people talk about, because you don't always want to know what was talked about. You don't always want to hear what people have to say about you. Having the clear audience, because I can hear when people are mad at me, and I can hear when people are yelling at me. So, and they say the most vile stuff. So that's why I don't ever like to be like, what did they talk about? Because you don't always want to know what they talk about. So. All right, I'm going to clear out that energy. We're going to get out of that little ick. Okay, so the way the reading came out, does that feel like that aligns for you? Or would that be like that completely shocks you Because that's the part of it, is that the only way you'll know for certain what they did is for one of them to either tell you or for there to be hard evidence. Other than that, like, you have to determine, is it worth spending your time worrying about? Because if it isn't, move on. If it is, then you need to start asking questions. It doesn't, whatever they're up to, it does not feel good. And that's just from an energetic with the cards, what comes out, it comes out not being spectacular energy. Only you can determine if that's accurate for your situation then. If the energy was off, and not in a good way, because it normally isn't, I would suspect that something was said that doesn't, that you probably don't want to be a part of. I don't live your life. I can't make your choices for you. I can't sit in your seat. I can tell you what's happened with me in any particular situation and where I went, where I could have improved. But I've learned if people don't like me, I don't stick around to find out any more other than that. So Two of Cups isn't necessarily a good connection. It can be a soulmate connection or a soul contract. It's like Two of Cups typically is like a union or partnership of some time. I don't remember what the other cards were around it. So I don't know. Yeah. No, if it's messy, if there's too many cooks in the kitchen, it's time to get out or take over the meal. You see what I know? Like, you see what I say? Like, if there's too many people in there, either you need to remove yourself from the situation or you need to kick some people out of the party so that you can cook. That's what it feels like. I don't know if that's P is whatever that energy is, but whatever the energy is, it doesn't feel like it's a good situation. It feels like a predatory type situation. If it's not for you, don't take it. If it is, then you have your answers. But all right, I'm gonna get some food together really quick and I'll be right back. Addie, do you know how to do pendulum work? Have you ever done pendulum work? Have you been taught it? Okay. Because pendulum work is a good way to answer yes or no questions for yourself. If you want, I can kind of teach you, like give you the basics and show you how to do it on my end. And you can, if you have a necklace, you can do it on your end, and I'll show you if you'd like. Okay. I'm gonna figure out. Go grab a necklace when you have it. Let me know. So I'm gonna help you with the learning about the occult, okay? All right, let me know when you have your necklace. Let me take a few bites. I'm going to teach a little pendulum demonstration for anybody that wants to follow along. If you have a necklace, go ahead and go grab it. It's best if it has some type of object at the end. The weight helps. I just grabbed something quick because So, come on in. Okay. But first, carbs. Hold on. Okay, so the whole thing about occult and divination. Occult just means unknown. And divination isn't meant to be like a fortune telling, it's about self-empowerment. So when we come to look for tarot, it's not about trying to like forecast the next move to be able to move yourself. It's how are you empowering yourself to make the best decision. So it's like we don't want to go spying in other people's energy because that gets you in trouble. So that's why I tend to like to steer more towards like focusing on your journey. Because when you swerve into other people's lanes to want to know what they're doing, what they're thinking, how like it has consequences. And because you're tapping that person, they can feel you. And sometimes they get really mad. So that's why I'm like, hey, we don't want to focus on them. They're running their race. We're running our race. So divination is meant to help empower us to make the right decisions for us. I like to teach a lot of divination to as many people as I can, so that way you can start putting yourself in the driver's seat and transforming your life. And as you learn divination and occult knowledge, you also turn around, then you teach someone else. This is a very easy trick for getting yes, no, or maybe. And sometimes it's like if you're overly anxious, sometimes it's of benefit because then you can kind of ask the questions that you want as best as you can. That's why, Addie, I was trying to figure out how to respond because I'm like, it's not best to go, like, you get in really heavy trouble for dipping into other people's energy. And you don't know, spiritual-wise, who's protecting them. So if you swerve into someone else's lane and they have someone really nasty protecting them, or they have something on them that's, you don't want to face that backlash. So it's very, you got to be really cautious. That's why I was like, I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't like going and getting in other people's energy because you don't always want to know. And sometimes finding out drives you insane. Let's just put it that way. All right. So when we first pick up our pendulum or necklace or whichever thing that we have. So that's, yes, Addie, that's why I'm like, we don't want to focus on what they're doing. We're going to focus on what we're doing, how we're maneuvering. We don't need to take on, because here's the other part. If you're already an anxious person and you somehow get latched onto their energy, their anxieties will come straight down the line to you. So then it's not just your anxieties. Now you're creating a cord to them. Their anxieties also kind of trickle. So that's why it's not good. Okay, baby? Yeah. Okay. So I take and I hold my pendulum like this. You can hold it however. But you want to make sure that you have a point where it's like stable at the top so the bottom can move freely. Do you see the hand position? I know it's pretty easy, but just, okay. And I just use my hands so that way we can get the direction, sense the direction of the swing. So when you first get a pendulum, you don't have to do it every time. I just do it like when I first get my pendulum, and if I haven't worked with it for a while, or if I'm wanting to reestablish the connection. So we go, first off, normally you would activate, if it's a crystal, you would kind of put your intention and blow on it to activate it, to get it going. So for this, you would ask can you see well enough, Addie? And are you following along, my love? Okay, so we would ask our pendulum, show me yes, and don't be panicky about it. Sometimes when you first start, it takes a little bit. So wait for your pendulum to start swinging, say, show me yes, and kind of concentrate. When it starts swinging, let me know, okay? So for me, this is yes. The direction of up and down is yes. So let's see what you get. Okay. So then you would confirm with the pendulum, show me yes. And we know that this is yes. So then you would ask the pendulum, show me no. Did it move directions for you? So you ask the pendulum again, show me no. Okay, so mine no is side to side. Oh my God, good way, or oh my God, bad way? I know. So then confirm with the pendulum. Confirm that this is no. And it will go in the correct direction. So show me yes. And it'll switch directions. This is energy and tension and focus, baby. If you can change the direction of a pendulum with your own energy, what can you do in your life? How are you feeling? Does that help you? Are you like, I made fire? Let me know. Right? Okay. Now ask it to show you maybe. Because maybe generally is like diagonal, but each pendulum is keyed to you. So that's why you want to establish the relationship with it when you pick it up. And you want to keep in connection with it. Like for me, I like using necklaces as pendulums because I typically am always wearing a necklace. So I always have a way to answer questions for myself when I'm like truly on the fence, like, oh, I don't know. I have the pendulum, I have my necklace that I can just take off real quick and ask the question just for confirmation, yes or no. So it's a beautiful way to, again, put the knowledge in your hands. So first off, you get kind of excited, give it another minute or two. Just breathe, like take three calming breaths and then ask it maybe again. Maybe it's kind of a hard one because it's kind of a wild card and it kind of makes us mad. So your brain will give you what you need and then it'll fill in the rest. And now that you know it, you can actually go and practice it later, right? So you don't have to master this right now. This is just giving you a quick and dirty way to be able to start putting your anxieties at ease. Keep breathing, keep sitting, because the longer you sit and ask it, like show me maybe, ask it a few times, and it'll start to pick up charge and direction, because then your guides are letting you know, like, hey, you're ready to receive this info. Yep. And it's going to be as you learn more about it, as you start doing the relay, like the synapse relays, it'll start becoming more obvious and apparent to you. So keep working at it. And maybe it isn't magic, it's science. I mean, which is magic, but it's science. It's all based off of electricity and energy and intention. Don't forget to tip your favorite tarot reader. No. I'm glad you learned something. I wasn't trying to be mean, but I'm also like, some things in energy work you don't want to be messing with. Diving into other people's energy, like as for you, like sometimes diving into other people's energy because you don't want to know, it's not, we don't want to. What are you studying? Very cool. How long is the program for computer science? Got it. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. I mean, like, since I've been a student, it's been a hot minute. But then I'm like, no, life is a school. Like, the last 4 years I've been doing, like, I've been in spiritual school to learn all this knowledge to bring to you guys. It's freaking hard. And the hours suck, and it's unpaid internship with the spiritual lessons and life and class, and yeah. Yet, I'm not unused to it. Like, when I was an x-ray student, you had to pay to go to clinicals for them to treat you like crap. And I'm like, what is this? We don't have any money anyway, and then we have to pay them to go to their facility for them to abuse us for free labor. And I'm like, what crap is this? Although you don't get experience without doing it, so, yeah. So, Addie, are you still in? Are you guys classmates, or are you just friends? Yeah, no, it feels like the energy, like, with all of that doesn't feel spectacular. And I'm like, I would just protect yourself. Part of learning is knowing, like, sometimes you just gotta go to the thing you have to do and not worry about what anybody else is doing. So even if you have a crush, it's like, go to school, learn what you need to learn, put your head down, look for love outside of school, which is both good and bad advice. Like, sometimes it's like we have to go to school just to, like, get it done. So, yeah. Pull back. Hey, Mama. How are you? No problem, Maddie. You too. Be safe. All right, crazy mama. What is going on with this weather? It's too cold for me. Yeah, no me gusta. No me gusta también. I mean, okay. It was kind of cool. Because, okay. Anybody in the chat that doesn't know me, I was born and raised in the desert. I moved to an area that doesn't ever get snow, even though it's cold, but not that cold. And I woke up to a winter storm. It was white outside. Like, snow. And I'm like, I don't do snow. I don't do salt. Like, salt was always on the margaritas. Like, that was what I was thinking. I'm like, I haven't drank in almost 2 years, but the only way I want salt is never on the sidewalk because it snowed on my margaritas. So, it was very bizarre, and I learned today that my dog loves snow. No, he loves snow. And I'm like, I never would have saw that coming. I learned my cat doesn't love snow. He was kind of like the freaking raccoon from Pocahontas, like, you know, when he's like when they're wrestling the raccoon, like he put one paw, and that's kind of his body habitus as well. One paw in, looked like a raccoon paw, and he was out. So. Oh. Yeah, no, we got snow, like the ground is blanketed. Like, it's a fair amount. Like, I'm very thankful that I had boots that kept my legs and my feet warm when I had to take the dog out, because I took him out like 3 or 4 times. It was actually kind of cool. Like, the wind was blowing through the trees, and it was cool and eerie, and yeah, it was something. Snow. I can show you pictures, but snow. Meow. That was a weird, I don't know what that was, Jimmy. Meow. That was what that was meant to be, not... Jimmy, I think I almost sent you pictures of snow, especially because you're from Texas. You would probably be foreign to you. You'd be like, what is that? You're like, I don't know either. Alright. Okay. Hello. How is everyone today? And then one crazy mother, did you start school this week, baby? Wait. Just wait, girl. Okay, I was super not happy, Jimmy, because I'm from Arizona. I don't do the whole snow thing. I'll show you guys a picture in a minute. I'm gonna get another candle lit, I know, but I've been in a candle mood recently. I've just been in a mood recently. Ooh, okay, Lara. Well, just kidding. Let's see if we can take another candle and pour some wax in there. Let's see. That's not how I burned my table. I know you guys have seen my burnt table. That's not how I burnt my table. I burnt my table with a very passionate, offering or working, not by candles. Well, kind of, I don't know. I'm just making that worse. We're just not going to talk about it. That's not how I got the big, huge scorch mark. Let's just put it that way. All right, let's try that again. All right. Gotta grip the candle with 2 hands. Gotta grip the handle with 2 hands. Gotta grip the mandel with 2 hands. I don't know. I was gonna show you snow pictures. This was the doggo and I out traversing. And then let me see, do I have pictures in my mind? Oh, there's the kitty out enjoying the snow, like. He doesn't get to go outside very often, so I was like, I wonder how he would like the snow. He was not having it. He loves being outside. He tries to get out all the time, kind of thing. If he could, he would. That's his paw print in the snow. He's like, yep, nope. We don't. We're not. We can't. Let's go. All right. All right. Let's see what we have in the kipper. Keeper. Okay. Main female, a mature man. Let's see what we have to say about that. One crazy mother, how's it going though with your first week? Thanks, Jimmy. I know you said you're tired. Are you like ready to wave the white flag? Or are you like, no, I can totally do this. Let's go. All right, main female, mature man, coffin. Let's see what the ending has to do. Good. Awesome. You're going to want to find study buddies. Like, just tip, like, word to the wise, find some good study buddies. Or be a good study buddy, because also when you're mentoring, that's really good too, because it's not only like it's reinforcing your knowledge. So study groups are definitely super beneficial. It's good. I guess the rowdy boy club thing fits because, yeah, it's a good plan. If you guys live kind of close together, it'll be good. So, when I was in X-ray school, I used to always help the older men when they were needing to learn material. I always had like the older guys, like they were like 50, some like 40s, 50s. We always studied together, and it was always a great way for me to retain the knowledge and also help teach others. All right, so main female, mature man, there's coffin, community and occupation. This feels like whatever this coffin, this ending is going to rock a community. and someone's occupation is going to come into question. Like, what were you doing behind the scenes? Why have you created so much disruption, imprisonment on the bottom there? Jimmy. Liar, liar, pants on fire. What if a liar's pants really did catch on fire? Then we have the term hot seat. All right. All right. Coffin came out again. Saying you're not in the Rowdy Boys Club, liar, liar. Unless you're Pinocchio. Never mind. I'm not gonna finish that sentiment. It was a naughty joke. I could have come up with. Yeah, okay, one pacing mother, hopefully you you get it. Jesus, Lara. Alright, coffin, house. Let's see what else. Yeah. Oh, okay, so the fires came up in conversation today, which I love because it's someone that I like. It's not that we banter back and forth about conspiracy theories, but it's like whatever information comes down the line, that's someone that I share a lot of information with because I want them to be informed and their outlets won't give them that information. So they had said, they're like, these fires don't feel coincidental. And I was like, you're right. And I just thought it was awesome because they were like, I've been meaning to call you about this because it's really been weighing on me. I'm like, okay. Well, Jimmy, I don't, how often do you hear me, man, tell men to keep it in their pants? Like, keep your pants on, stop being a player, don't do that. All right, so we have, okay, coffin, house, distant horizon, pathway, false person. Someone's been impersonating you, trying to cause endings. They're like an energetic copycat. All right. Jimmy, I'm a lady. I don't just ask men to take their pants off. False person and pathway popping out. Let's see what false person and pathway has to say for us. Oh, I don't... Okay. Well, if liar's pants did catch on fire, you wouldn't have to take them off. Like, they would just, burn right off. I totally forgot I said liar, pants on fire. Okay, so we have main man and wealthy man popping out there. Let's see what else we have to say to that. Yes, I guess technically you would have to take your pants off so we wouldn't be able to tell if you were lying. Then, then you would have other lies that would be uncovered by taking your pants off. Like, if you have holes in your underwear. Like, why? It's better just not to lie, man. Main female. Okay. Well, when you said you're not part of the Rowdy Boys Club, and I'm like... I may have been born at night, but it was not last night. Uh-huh. Okay. Jimmy, do you want me to give you like a bullet point dissertation as to why I think that this is a lie? Sudden wealth. Jackpot! Pay dirt, we hurt. No. Well, let's just say Army, first off. Gemini, second off. Boy, Texas. So how many bullet points do we have there? Like infantry. Shall we? Okay. Was I wrong about any of them? I mean, I could go, okay, well, so these are all very winning arguments towards my case. I don't know. I know, Army red flag, thank you. Although someone that I love dearly today said Navy, and I was like, they kind of said Marines too, and I was like, I don't know. Oh, okay. So I had a very long conversation with someone that I love dearly today, and they were showing me their, because they just joined ROTC, and they were showing me their, I'm going to say BDUs. I don't know if that's the correct term. Yeah, I know, panic. But they were showing me their BDUs, and I was like, I did this. Because I remember that one being 6 months old and wearing their dad's Army shirt. And I brought that bullet point up. I was like, I made you into this when I put you in an Army shirt when you were 6 months old. Because it literally was her dad's shirt. It was like the uniform shirt. Like, she was obviously swimming it because she was 6 months old. It was adorable. And I was like, what have I done? What other seeds have I planted throughout the last however many years of life that are now coming to fruition? NWUs. Okay, so was it BDUs and then ACUs and now NWUs? I am a manifester. And okay, so here's a scary thought as well, Uncle Jimmy's Basement. And you watch it happen in my streams where I forget, like, what I did before that, right? So, I'm an overachiever, and I'm a manifester. And a lot of times, like, I literally will plant a seed and then just go on to the next thing. So I started thinking about it, because we always say how life is working for us. Like, life is always working out for us. So when something comes into fruition with manifestations, and then I go, God damn it, Larry, you really did, like, I'm like, what did you do? Like, how much bigger is this gonna get? Because I know you, and instead of being a slouch about it, you probably knocked it out of the park. I'm like, wow. Anyhow, yeah, all right. It's my fun manifestation story. Planting seeds, not realizing what it would turn into 15 years down the road. Oh, maybe. So now I wish I had, one of my exes used to be in the Air Force, and now I wish I had kept his uniforms, because I'm like, that was like the old style. I was like, oh, those would have been cool to keep. Jimmy, don't you be starting no shit in this stream. I feel what that is. High honor. Let's keep ourselves in a high honor. Amen. Let's see if there's any other cards in here. Uncle Jimmy's Basement. Have you seen Fall Guy? Anybody seen Fall Guy? Mature woman. Okay, so high honor, mature woman, great fortune, and thoughts. Alright, looks like we might be getting a gift. Let's see what else we need. Is there thief in there? Thief and poverty on the bottom there. Alright, I watched the most recent Fall Guy. I thought it was really spectacular. I love Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, so it was cute as hell. I've been doing a lot of trying to rest as much as possible, so I've been watching movies recently. Yeah. There's a lot going on. Trying to just process. Child. This feels like tapping into that inner child energy. Trying to figure out how to pacify ourselves again. That's like me watching movies like Fall Guy. I'm trying to like figure out how to soothe the inner turmoil. Mature woman. You don't have to be mature all the time. Just when it's mattering. When it matters the most, I guess. High honor. Alright. Let's see. Did you enjoy Fall Guy, Jimmy? Or were you like, it's mid. It's mediocre. It's sudden wealth. It's all about the money, money, money. Alright. Over here we have influencer. It's been kind of following around. I got this deck out a few times earlier today, and influencer popped out of, like, it was the only card that was popping out. I was like, what is going on? Just like it did just now. Influencer and triggered. Okay. Alright, let's see what influence and triggered has to say. Influencer and triggered. Snack. The influencer is triggered because they need a snack? They are a snack? Alright, let's see what else. Alright. Anything? I will be right back. I'm gonna run back. I'll be right back. Land back. We're getting back what is meant for us and legend on the bottom. Sorry. I'll be right back. Push my chair in, put my drinks up. Give me a minute. Hey, Cottage. How are you, dude? What's good? What's happening? I'm freezing my ass off. Maybe this is an excuse for me to make some ramen or cacao. I don't know. What's going on, Cottage? How are you? What's the weather like where you are, man? I know. Okay, so you have to remember I'm a big baby. It's way too freaking cold for me. There's snow. Screw that. I didn't know much when we moved here. I just knew it wasn't super cold and it didn't snow. And I was like, okay. I'll show you. You're late to the party, man. I already showed these pictures, but this was... I'll show you a different picture, actually. This was my dog very confused about what was going on. Like, he was standing at the stairs like, I'm not quite sure what this is, but... And then he actually freaking loved it. Weirdo. Yeah. So, we don't do cold. This was, hold on, let's see. I have that other face picture. This was my first face picture when I was like, what? We don't. That was actually, I had oil in my mouth because I was pulling. I was out there, I was like, this is not for me. I don't do this now. It was okay though. It was kind of cool. Kind of not. It's okay for like five minutes. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna do the cat tarot for a little bit, I think. Maybe. Or do I want the crow tarot? I'll do the crow tarot. Alrighty. The crow tarot. Let's see what we need to know. Tarot. Yeah, I would rather be on a beach somewhere warm. I don't enjoy clothing. I don't enjoy being bundled up. I prefer to be in, that's part of that. I just really hate being bundled up. I hate being covered up. I hate being bundled up. It's been a lifelong problem, which is probably why living in the desert kind of worked, because we wore, flip-flops and shorts and tank tops, and I love that because clothes are so many things and never really fun. Six of Pentacles, balancing our financials. Yeah. I second that notion. Crazy mother. Seven of Swords. We've been going through the betrayals. We've been going through the heartbreak. We've been going through the deceptions. Our friends maybe not being the kindest. Six of Swords. We're moving away. We will find safety. We'll be good. It's very rapid movement. We're moving off to victory, away from where we've been. So, all right. We have Judgment, Libra energy. Judgment's been called. We're getting justice with Judgment. So we had Six of Pentacles. It was time to balance. It's time to balance. We were just all over the place financially. Seven of Swords. We've had friends, family, whoever bringing us deception. Unclear. Doesn't feel good. Feels very petty, mean girls, backstabbing. Six of Swords. We're having the victory though. So then comes Judgment. We're saying this is all done. We don't do this anymore. And then we have the Magician. You're taking all of that experience and turning your pain into purpose. With Ace of Swords, using logic, discernment to cut off anything that's cutting you off from your greatest destiny. We have 10 of Swords and 10 of Pentacles. So all of that betrayal, backstabbing, heartbreak, everything, we're done. Once it's 10 swords in your back, you can't technically get up, but it's over. We're going to make that decision to cut out the biggest factor, mitigate the biggest risk, and then you'll have 10 of Pentacles. This is going to bring in, Judgment's going to bring in that trigger of like, everything that's been done that was unfair, it's done. Like, we're not playing anymore. And then the Magician is taking and utilizing it all to work to your advantage, which is what the universe does, because the universe is never wasteful. So even when we think like, oh, this is so wasteful, it isn't. The universe will use every crumb. I had that conversation today, and it's like, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It just kind of shifts direction. So we were talking about, we were actually talking about dark stuff, like dark psychology stuff, like serial killers. And I was talking about how with energy, with that, it's like, because they do, like, you can't destroy the energy of that vibration. Instead, it has to be healed and taken care of. So until that little piece is fixed, it'll continue to replicate. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but energy, like I say, it'll jump from place to place until it finds the correct vibration to release it. Universe is tricky like that. I need to stop saying that. Okay, one crazy mother, you know how I talk about we share brain cells, like half a brain cell, and I was doing that earlier with an Aries, and because something she had said, I was just about to say, I was like, why do we share half a brain cell? Why are we like this? But then I was like, I also share half a brain cell with a lot of other people, so that's something too, where I'm like, why is it like this? She also wants to go into nursing. Which the thing is, I said to her, I was like, run. She also wants to go to the Navy. I'm like, run. What are you doing, girl? Oh, the devil, the addictions. So the devil has us 10 of Wands upside down. So whatever patterns we've been perpetuating is keeping us stuck in a burdensome cycle. Yeah. Well, and Aries is Aries is my counterpart. So it's like kind of, and it really kind of does, because, well, let's talk about it that way. Aries and Aries, so Libra and Aries, we're twins. And we're the counterpart balance of each other. If you think about it too, like with that, it's like Aries will swing on you. Libra calls the judgment. Aries is like the heavy hitter, to be like that crazy wingman, wingwoman, like hype team. It's kind of crazy. So we do share half a brain cell with Aries, but because we have air and fire, sometimes some things go poof. So, yeah. Maybe that's half a brain cell that we should be conserving for better things. I don't know. Oh, well, and then, okay, one crazy mother, because we were also talking about how both of us are people watchers. Well, so her dad and I are huge people watchers, and we shared half a brain cell, and we had kind of like a hidden cryptic language. It was like you would give a look to each other, and then you would know what was going on, or like somebody would say like a word and you would just start laughing because you're like, this motherfucker. Like, you can't put like any of us together at a funeral because we wouldn't be able to be serious and we might get kicked out. Yeah, so I was talking about stories about that people watcher and I egging each other on. I'm like, oh gosh. And then I wonder why our progeny is just like that. And I'm like, why? Oh, because she and I share half a brain cell. Anyway, all right. The High Priestess. So we, like I say, we have the devil. So that's addictions, patterns, family cycles. 10 of Wands in reverse. So the burdens, we're still carrying them. It's kind of like we have to take, again, with the High Priestess and create that pain into purpose, pain into passion. It's taking every wand, every burden that you've had to learn in all of this journey and utilizing it, filling your cup, creating your magic. All right. Let's see. I know. The whole going into the Navy and being a nurse thing, I'm like, you're right, that is demented. And that's okay. We'll still stand by them. Alright, 4 of Pentacles. We've been clutching on to every pentacle. And 6 of Cups. We need to look back at the past to determine what's to come with us and what we want to let go of. Alright, and drink some water. Pull from the True Emotional deck. See if we got anything over there. Where is he? Right there. Okay. Let's see. True Emotional deck. Alright, so we have Psycho, crazy ex, obsessed, won't let go, and love and hate. They can't decide if one minute they love you, the next minute they hate you. They may want to see a professional about that. Alright, let's see. What else? What else we got? If anything. Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine. You got a psycho that loves to hate you out here. Let's see what else we need about that. Whoever this person is, it's like you blocked them and it triggered their ego. They were able to, like, they used to be able to sweet talk you and kind of fool you into believing what they wanted you to believe. But you caught on to the shade. You like peeped the tea. You're like, wait, you 1 second you love me, the next second you hate me. You can't just keep talking shit and then not expect to get hit. Like, so this person went crazy because they couldn't decide if they loved you or they hated you. You blocked them. It broke their heart. They went a little cuckoo cuckoo. It happens. Losing sleep. Feeling like shit. They keep wishing on a star, but illumination, the lights come forward. They miss you. Yet this is round and round. Like, we're circling the drain. At what point do we say no more? Pop the question to yourself. At what point do you say it? No more. We're all full up here. Go. Let's put those back in. Shuffle it out. See if we get any other info on anything. Let's see what other info we need. Jimmy, how good are you with computers? Are you still in, man? Let us see. Okay. Self-love and married. All right. We're going to start dating ourselves again. We're going to find that happiness, that partnership within you. And then you bring in a partnership with someone else. So love you and the world will love you. Show the world that you love yourself and the world will show you why you should. The universe will say. All right. Reckless love and sex. That is not the trap we want to get into. Not if you want long term, not if you want to be around. Well, I miss you. Let's see what that has to say, actually. Happily single. Alright, well that goes back into that. Hold on. Alright, so it looks like you were married, you started loving yourself because whoever you were dealing with, like, there's reckless love and sex. It does look, though, it could just be they were plain reckless with your heart, which is dumb as shit, but there we are. They are under pressure after watching you go on, live your life, be single, because it says happily single, doing you, dating, stress-free, setting goals, career focused, and I miss you. So whoever you were dealing with, that you maybe had partnerships with, they were out playing fast and loose. You said, I love myself more than this. It stresses them out. That's too freaking bad. You can't mess up a relationship with a divine being and expect to get blessed again like that. Like, you have to treasure what you have. They are getting readings. Let's see what getting readings brings us. Love it. Don't go saying, though, that crazy tarot lady. Don't do that. But yes, I do get confirmation. So they're getting readings. There's a Smex addiction. So, yeah. Yeah. Jimmy. Shocking news. Oh. Hold on. This is about to get heavy. That's... Hold on. Yeah. Nah. Okay. On our side. On the side where, we've been doing the healing, the work. Okay? So we've been doing the faith, the healing, the prayers, the meditations. Whoever you were dealing with, because I got sex addiction out here, I got drinking and toxic lifestyle, I got shocking news, getting readings, too late, and my way. So selfish, stubborn, arrogant, pride, and ego. So, Jimmy, it's the patterns, like our coping skills or their coping skills have been, they ran out of time. The clock's up. Like the drinking, the addictions, the trying to manipulate the way in their favor, it's too late. And because they refuse to help grow with you, they're getting a wake-up call. Like in the getting readings section, what I kept feeling is like, yeah, they're getting readings, but those readers are telling them like, hey, you should have changed your way. Like when the warnings came to you that drinking was going to lead you to a horrifying place, you should have heeded the warning. So whatever they're doing, like they're trying to get intel on you, but it's already too late for them to either A, impact you because they're too busy drinking and spending money and fucking it away, and they refuse to change. Well, now there's no way that they can do anything to change direction for you. So like I say, we've been doing the work, right? The faith, we've been meditating, we've been praying, we've been reviewing it all. Well, they're getting a wake-up call from readers that the stuff that they've been doing has consequences, and it's coming back to snap them. Like there's no more way of them thinking like, all of that beautiful energy, all of that beautiful read is theirs. Now they realize that because they were out too busy in the nose or drinking or anything else, that they owe the tab and no one else is picking it up for them. On the bottom, workplace affair. Milo, where are you, sir? Okay. bad credit, debt, unemployed. They miss you. They want to romance you. They're looking back at the memories. Oh. Okay, so it's ugly energy, but like the bad credit and debt and unemployed, this is something that came up for review for me personally. It was like, as we started looking at like my lawyer and I started looking at the purchases that were being made with family money on other things and realized like now, so the time has passed, right, for me, like I've moved on. Well, now whatever other parties are now looking at all of the expenses, like the itemized bills of what they spent their money on, realizing that was not invested well. This feels like rage energy. Like they've, like when they find like it hit that rock bottom and realize that you can't do that without actually having to pay for what you did. That's like the bill, like when you're at a restaurant and your card gets declined. I freaking hate this example. Yeah, here we are. When you're at a restaurant and your card gets declined, it's like you have to look at every item to see if you missed something, and then you try to figure a way, like, how can I make this up? Well, that's too late. So that's too much. Thank you, Badger, for rearranging my camera, sir. Alright. Twin Flames, Queen Bee, Not Happy, and Jezebel. Yeah. And this also is like, this was a divine, like a counterpart. And you saw what was going on with this Jezebel, third party, karmic, like someone trying to usurp. Because you have Twin Flames, Queen Bee. You decide, like, I'm the boss, babe. I'm going to go off and do what I do, regardless of whether this person wants to mess with me. This Jezebel and this person that was doing the thing, they're not happy. Again, they realize that what they were doing is catastrophic. Like that, we've reached rock bottom. And blocked. Yeah. All right. I'm trying to sleep. Funeral, rejected, firestorm, love spell, and fake busy. So this person over there doing the thing, endings, getting locked out of the club, life going up in flames. They've been under an influence and fake busy. Like, it's because they don't want to face reality. And secret accounts over here on the bottom. So there you go. All right, let's go. Round and round with cycles wanting to pop out. Let us see what else we need. Living in the moment. Yep, exactly. Hello, Solar loves cats. I would love to see your cat. Tell me all about it. If you would like to ask a question, please do. I'm all about cats, so you you picked a good tribe. Like, I'm a guardian of the cats. Ask away, or ask a question. I'll answer with cards. Yeah. You know, one crazy mother, half a brain cell, right? Your story is, whether you realize it, part of my story as well. The first rule of Fight Club, we don't talk about Fight Club. Except we need to be talking about Fight Club to build a community so that we can heal through this shit, so that our children can have a better tomorrow, right? Living in the moment, no strings. Anyone else want to answer? Does Siren have any cats? Yes, I have 5. How many do you have? I have 5. I can answer more if you would like that. Oh, I love it. Perfect. Solar, I want you to ask if you would like a reading. Let me know, because I have the Cat Tarot. That was one of the decks I grabbed off the box today because it was calling. So awesome. Boys, girls. I feel like motherhood, where I'm like, how many boys and girls do you have? Show me your kids. It snowed today, and I took one of the kitties outside, and he loves going outside. Like, this is the cat that will try to sneak outside. Nobody else does, but this dude does. And he was not having that snow. He was like the raccoon from Pocahontas, where it's like fighting, and that's like his body shape. Like, he's the roundest kitty of all. So, snow. We didn't do it very well. All right. Would you like to ask a specific question, or do you want a general? Awesome. I have 3 boys and I have 2 girls, and girl cats are a different flavor. Like, although I feel boy cats are kind of more prima donnas than girls. I feel, and maybe this is true in humans too, girl cats are mean. Like, they're scrappy little fighters, and I love it because I'm mean and I'm a scrappy little fighter, yet girl cats they don't fuck around and find out with you like that. All right. What can I tell you about your protector? What can I tell you about your protector? For Solar Loves Cats. Before I go any further, the card that wanted to come out immediately, and it's so freaking gorgeous, that's why I took a beautiful breath with it. They love you very much. 2 of Cups. Whoever is watching over you, you're the apple of their eye. They love you. 2 of Cups. That's a union. Let's see what else we need to know from that. What else do we need to know about Solar Loves Cats protector? All right. Some of these, so I love that you came in, and I love that, because some of these cards are repeaters from earlier, so you're kind of in the collective. So the cards I got earlier and the cards that are relevant in your spread, and then I'm going to take a moment to process, digest, and then I'm going to read it. Hierophant was from earlier as well, so if you resonate with this reading, this may be a good tribe for you to find some people, find some knowledge, learn, grow, whatever. That being said, though, Hierophant, so that's Taurus energy, 2 of Swords. This is a stalemate. Like, we've been stuck in that I don't know which way to move. And 10 of Wands. So these are all repeaters from earlier. So if the message resonates, then this may be, like I say, a good space for you. 10 of Wands, we're putting down the burdens. Here's kind of what I see and kind of how to proceed from here and the energies in. Okay. Whoever your protector is, they love you greatly, right? So that, like I say, 2 of Cups was the first card that just wanted to run, like, just like pop out. Like, I was like, fuck, 2 of Cups. But it was like, it just brought such a comfort. So even though it doesn't necessarily feel like you've met this person or this archetype yet, because I'm not quite sure if it's an actual physical embodied person or like an ancestor. It kind of feels like an ancestor right now. So where it gets kind of in there, so we have 2 of Cups, highly freaking loved. We have the Fool, 10 of Swords, and King of Pentacles. So what this speaks to right here is that it feels like maybe you were kind of not looking at all of the dangers, because 10 of Swords, we feel like we were stabbed in the back, like we're left, because this 10 of Swords is, he's hanging upside down on the screen door. You know, with cats, when they like get into a position, then they can't get themselves out, and they're like, who did this to me? And then they realize it was them. So this, it feels like you've been like put upside down, but it's like because you weren't maybe necessarily looking at all of the picture. I do see King of Pentacles here, though, so it's either, so some energies in here, King of Pentacles, so it could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, either you or them. And I do see Hierophant, which is also Taurus energy. So I get like a double confirmation on Taurus there with King of Pentacles. So this is someone, like I say, this energy kind of feels like someone who had like a financial gain. It was like you weren't quite seeing all of it, and it left you feeling betrayed. And it's super annoying. Like, I'm like, oh. So down below all of that, like I say, we have 2 of Swords. So it's like you've been in that stalemate, stuck, stagnant position. You're bored. Like, oh, look, I'm bored. It's just because it's like this has been going on with 10 of Swords. It feels like you've been freaking going through it, like just through the ringer. Like, everybody, everything. So 2 of Swords is like, I'm finally at the end. I'm tired. I'm bored. Either do it or don't. But so like I say, that's stalemate energy. So Hierophant is tapping in. I know that took a long time to get all to this, but Hierophant is tapping in. It's Taurus energy. When we think of Hierophant, it's Pope-like knowledge, like knowing the higher purposes of things. So it's saying, yes, well, my emotions here are this. In the grand scheme of things, this is very menial. So with the Hierophant and that higher knowledge, it's kind of discerning, like, if this doesn't matter, like with the knowledge, right? Like, you have to look at like the bigger picture with Hierophant, because the Hierophant is kind of the counter to Libra of Venus. And what that all means is Hierophant's like the doer. It's bringing in that stability, that wealth, that knowledge and structure. And looking at like, yes, it sucks right now, but 5 years from now, what does it look like? So Hierophant is kind of seeing the bigger outside picture to be able to make wise decisions. And then, like I say, 10 of Wands to finish it. So you're finally putting down those burdens. Okay. Let me know if that fits, sits, If it does not apply, let it fly. But let me know what resonates and how that sits with you. Yeah. So, yeah. Amazing. I bet you that Taurus, because I don't think it's you, like, I think that's an ancestor that's the Taurus. Like, either a grandfather or father. It feels like a masculine energy bringing in, like, the King of and I'm not just saying because it was King of Pentacles, it feels masculine, but just with the Hierophant, it feels like a very bold, embodied. So my guess would be it's like an ancestor there. Yeah, it's needing to say, I don't want to do this anymore, and moving past it. Okay? Yeah. So when are you a Libra? I mean, Libra, obviously, but when's your birthday? Because then, so the counterpart to that. Okay. Oh, so you're like Scorpio more. Like you're Libra, but you're like more Scorpio. You're a cusper. I'm a cusper, but I'm a Virgo Libra cusper. You're like the thug Libra. You're like the Snoop Dogg Libra right there. Oh gosh. But I was saying, High Priestess and Hierophant, they're both the sides of Venus, so that's where that goes. Yeah, you're like because as you get down the Libra scale, right? Like you have like Kim Kardashian, I think is we have Cardi in there, and I think she's an earlier Libra, so she's kind of like a soft Libra. And then, I mean, October Libras are just completely different. I know I'm devolving here, guys, but give me just a moment, okay? You may learn something, you may not. You may be like, what the fuck? Anyway, there's a difference between Scorpio, like October Libras and September Libras. And the further you get into October, the harder they become a Libra, and like I say, kind of like a Scorpio mix. So the more you get towards Scorpio, like the harder hustler that Libra is. So yeah, like you got Cardi and you got Kim, and then Eminem I think is like later, like in there, and then Snoop Dogg is like the 20th or 21st or 22nd. Like, yeah. Well, welcome in, fellow Libra. Welcome to the shit show. I get so proud. I mean, like, Eminem and Cardi obviously have their thing. All of those Libras, they're all amazing, and they have their dark side on every aspect. Oh, like a more, like some qualities, depending on where you fall in the sign or in the month, you'll display like stronger. So when I say harder, I say like stronger qualities. So like, because when I talk about like those Libras, let me see when. Okay, so Eminem's October 17th. And then let me see when Venus, Libra, celebrities. Okay. So Will Smith is September 25th. and think of like his kind of archetype, and then Eminem's October 17th. You see how you go from like drastic spectrum swings where you're like, what? Hopefully that makes, like, yeah, I know, but anyway, all right. Alrighty. I'm gonna pull into the Jimmy, I just said it, bro. It's like the harder is like they display the characteristics of that sign more prevalently. Like they express the dominance of that sign. The more into that sign you get. Yeah? Let's see if there's anything in the Roast Iconic Oracle deck. Being that I just went down an astrology slight rabbit hole, I don't know. Or Jimmy, did you just want to ask me about harder? Is that what you wanted to ask? Were you just trying to get called to the front of the class? Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. All right. Let's see. I'm Lara Joe, SirenSong lover. I do Reiki, I do sound therapy, inner child healing, PTSD healing, reads, life advice, relationship advice, twin flame, business, soulmates, all of it. So, see, I clocked your tea, Jimmy, but you also will say that you're not part of the Rowdy Boys Club, and I still call bullshit. Bullshit. Okay, I was gonna say nothing wants to come out of here. It's okay. Something. Oh, I know. Okay, come on. What do you want? I won't say anything. I'll keep it PG-ish. The Oracle. The Oracle. When we develop our eyes to see and our ears to hear in dimensions that we were not previously aware of. Privilege. It's a privilege to be around the Oracle. I don't even remember. We've already it was just direct. It's a collective. I'm out in the collective energy now. Solar loves cats. I don't know if you can hear the beeping in the background. I was zoning out and thinking about that beeping and how long that's going to last for, because it might be a very long few days. Thank you. I like the shirt too. I'm very much like a space astrology hippie kind of girl, if you haven't gathered. And one guy, when I went to a crystal shop and I was wearing this shirt, and he'd come in and he said something about my shirt, and then I started talking about my business, and that was like the whole reason he took my business card, was because he liked my shirt. Supposedly liked my shirt, but yeah. Well, with a name like Solar, I mean, that can mean anything. But The sun is the center of the universe. You know what? Is that why Leos are so full of themselves? Because the sun is the center of the universe. So therefore they think that everything revolves around them and their needs, wants, desires. Is that what that is? All right. So I have the Oracle, Privilege, Unicorn, and Bitch. Sometimes you have to be a bitch. Put up boundaries because it is a privilege. You're an oracle, you're a unicorn. It's a privilege to be around you. And it's better to be the villain in someone else's story when they're the fool in yours. So if people want to call you things, let them. Let them. All right, Solar loves cats. Where are you coming from? Where do you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? No. You know what? That probably is not a correct song to sing. I don't know. We'll see. Vampire. Vampire. We feel like the life has been sucked out of us. No, bueno. All right. How do you enjoy the Netherlands? So I can't really complain then. If I complain about cold, you're probably going to make fun of me because the cold to me is not anything comparative to probably the Netherlands. So I'm still going to complain though. I'm glad you love that song. So we have Vampire, Love and Gaslight, and Privilege. Yeah, let's start cutting off people's privilege. They do not have access unless they are given that. Yeah. Okay. What's the big drawback? Like, what do you not like about living in the Netherlands, and what do you like about living in the Netherlands? These vampires with their love and gaslighting, they have no freaking room to stand on business because it's a privilege to be around you. You're feral. You move unexpectedly. That's one of the greatest things I've started learning as I've started taking more time observing, watching how people move, because I'll figure out how they're wanting to move and then I will do the opposite, of how they want me to do it. So yeah, I don't do. I enjoy 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which I don't know what that is in Celsius, and I'm not gonna go chasing waterfalls right now. That's cool for me. I prefer 70s, 80s, not this. It snowed today. I've never lived in snow. I've never hung out in snow. Where we moved to doesn't get this cold anyway, so this is the first time. And apparently it hasn't snowed here since 2018. It's freaking cold. I was a little upset when it snowed. So, hey Chanteuse, how are you? How are you? Oh, that was gorgeous. Okay. Nice. Okay. I can imagine trying to ride your bike would be troublesome and risky. And Chanteuse, I'm good. I'm just complaining about the cold. I'm trying to stay warm, trying not to freak out, trying to figure it out. I don't know. Yeah, no, 60. So 60 is on the cold side for me. I prefer, warmer, but The day will come. All right. Shantus, what have you been up to? I haven't seen you in a bit. Let's see. If there's anything, we're going to put that down for a minute. We'll pick up the Kipper. Okay. Good. That's what you need. All right. So marriage, and marriage can be union. It can be partnerships. It feels like there's something here that needs to be addressed. Let's see what we have. Shantus, the most important thing you can do is take care of yourself and heal yourself. Nothing else truly matters at the end of the day. If you don't take care of you, no one else can or will. So you get to step up, my love. Okay, let's see what we have about marriage. Okay, that's amazing. All right, so we have marriage and courtship. Let's see what else we need out of this. What other info or energy? So, solar, being that has a whole separate language, do you know, are you fluent in both, or is it only that language that you speak? How does that work being within with that? All right. This is kind of a collective reading. I'm just kind of shuffling cards around while we chit chat. If you'd like to ask a collective question, you can, or if you want to ask a question, Shantus, you can. Otherwise, I'm just kind of, if the energy fits, it sits. It does not apply, let it fly. So, this is gonna, yes, collective read, but if you want to ask a question, go ahead. I'm just kind of sitting here and thinking about the beeping. I love that. I love that you guys keep the traditions alive. That was something I was speaking about today, is that we forgot the old ways because nobody passed it on or nobody wanted to pass it on, and then that information doesn't, dies out. And that's the challenge, is that some of the history, like the history, need to be preserved. Even the good side and the bad side, it all need to be preserved. So I'm glad that both languages are there. Yeah. Okay. Marriage, courtship, and great fortune. It looks like we are bringing in that love. We're bringing in that money. Let's see what else. Great fortune popped out again. Oh, no, what did it do? Oh, okay, that's okay. Okay, let's see what else we need from great fortune. If anything. Yeah. Well, and also the making sure that you do stay fluent in it so that you can keep it going. And that is, oh my gosh. I had a 3-hour conversation. We covered every range and spectrum, and one of the things that we had talked about was that whole programming or colonization, like losing your heritage and just having like that programming, and how sad it is and how much we lose by doing it. I'm like, makes me feel old-timey, but I'm like, no, we do need to keep those traditions. We need to, like, technology is important, yes, except for we have to build off the building blocks, the basics. Can't do that if it's not taught or available or, yeah. Glad. Let's see if there's anything else in here. If not, we're gonna switch around. Maybe might be done pretty soon. Okay. Yeah. Well, yes. Are you talking about robot humans or robots? Because that's a whole other... Solar, what age are you? Just inquiring minds. Oh, okay. Okay, you're just a baby. Okay. Oh my gosh, you do sound like an 80-year-old. No, okay, so... Alright, I'll do that in a moment. Solar loves cats, you're just a baby. Come on now. Well, yeah, no. Like I say, I have teenagers and I have a young adult. Like my young adult, he's about to turn 23. And he's done it since he was a little kid. Like he came out the womb acting like he was a grandpa. And like, oh, my back hurts, and like just whining, complaining about everything. And I'm like, how are you so old, but yet you're 5? I did make a comment to someone. I'm like, oh, today I was like, you have an old... I'm like, yeah, you're young, but you have an old soul. All right, what is the general love advice for Shentus? What is the general love advice for Shentus? You know what? Handy dandy tool. Cool. What is the general love advice for Shentus? I have that effect on people, Solar. And actually, as a Libra, you're meant to balance. And it's funny when you put 2 Libras together, because we kind of do this weird little, like, is it me? Is it you? Who needs to get in check here? Or Geminis. You put us with a Gemini and we're like, okay. All right, let's see what else. What else? That 9 as well, it is. Okay. All right. I use a magnifier just because I need the light and to see it. I do have old eyes. So 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, and 2 of Wands. All right, let's get into what that looks like. All right, Chanteuse. So the first cards that came out were Knight of Pentacles and 7 of Pentacles. And what that feels for is Knight of Pentacles. It's very slow moving. It's Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. And 7 of Pentacles, we're building our financial, like we're planting our financial seeds. We're putting our eggs in diversified baskets to be able to try and figure out what's going to financially help us further our agenda and grow. So Knight of Pentacles is slow. It's tedious. It don't move. So what this could be is that someone you're dealing with could be a Knight of Pentacles, or this could be you. You have to put it where it fits where it sits, okay? One Crazy Mother, enjoy your evening. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you get plenty of rest this weekend. Please rest this weekend. Please recuperate, stay in, stay warm, rest up. I'll see you tomorrow, my love. And then okay, fair. No kids. Okay, well, you know what? What if you get in the bathtub and read through some of your textbooks? Could you do it? Or could you, figure some way to try and relax and unwind while you do it a little? Okay. Shantu's coming back in. I have to say my goodbyes to One Crazy Mother. So long, farewell. No, I really hate to go. All right, so Knight of Pentacles, we're building our finances. 7 of Pentacles, we've been planting the seeds. It's the options. Toodles, my mama. 8 of Cups. Emotionally, we've been doing the work. And 8 of Cups, it's time to stop. With this 8 of Cups, because all the cups are in the other sink, it's just the one cup ready to go. So you've done the work. All the work is done. It's time to say, okay, if they're not watering me, if they're not helping me, I cannot pour into their cup. 2 of Wands, this is balancing your passion, saying, yeah, it's fun to play, yet that playing is exhausting and it's not truly helping me get to where I need to be. I have 6 of Pentacles, so you are fervently working to try and get your finances balanced, okay? And then 9 of Cups, happiness. And Cups, this feels it's like you were waiting on someone, potentially like an air, not air, but potentially an earth sign, but they've been playing around. So you have to say, I've done the work. I've done the emotional work. I've even done the financial work. I'm trying to get myself in the right position, and it'll bring you emotional fulfillment, stability. It's finally getting your act together and then having that emotional, I did it. I'm happy. I'm satisfied because I worked really hard. I do have out here the Hanged Man. So when the Pentacles came out first, the Knight of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles, what it felt like is that maybe you don't need to focus so much on love, yet focusing more on how are you assisting to grow your empire. If your money isn't right, how can you have love come in right now and help you grow if you don't have the stability to do it? And it's you're working on it. You've done that part. You've done the emotional. So it's just putting your head down a little bit more and getting that bag, doing that grind, so you can balance out the passion so that you can play and chase wild things. Let me know how that fits. Oh, Jimmy, were you wanting kisses too, baby? Was that what that was? All right, King of Cups on the bottom. All right, so we're going to clear out that energy. That was your general love advice there, Shantus. Working on it. And pull into the True Emotional Oracle deck. Let us see what we need, if we need anything out of this deck. I miss you. I'm not laughing at your blight. I think of that I love hard straws, especially for drinking I like straws, especially for drinking water, because it helps me. I mean, I drink a lot of water, but it helps me drink a lot more water. Yeah, I have cats, a million freaking cats, so it's always terrifying walking around, because I'm afraid one day I'll be like sipping my water and then trip over a cat and cut my lip. Not talking as if that's like a scenario that's happened in my life or anything. But yeah, hard straws are a potential hazard. I'm always afraid too when I'm carrying it that I'm gonna like trip and mar this beautiful face. Anyway, yeah. I miss you. Goodbye. There was a love child. Bad credit, debt, unemployment. So you weren't being told everything about this goodbye or any of it. It's like whoever had to say goodbye to you, yeah, they miss you, but they didn't tell you everything. And then choosing self-love, having to choose self-love. Funeral, endings. I look back often at the pictures of the day my divorce became final. And that's a relevant story because of how that was also the day that I last had a drink. And I look at those pictures, I'm like, I'm not that same woman. I mentally had a funeral for that woman because who that woman was, she no longer exists today. So when you go through some stuff, sometimes you have to actually say, hey, that's a version of me that I can no longer be. And that's also ego deaths. When we have an ego death, and I know I talked about this yesterday, but, let's go. When you have an ego death, it's not and a lot of people send death magic to, graveyard dirt and stuff like that. And it's it doesn't always end in, a funeral. Sometimes it ends in an ego death. And then you'll never be able to fit and sit with that person, place, thing ever again. Or you'll never be able to be that same version or person of yourself. So sometimes part of the journey is saying goodbye to old versions of you and not be sad about it. Just be I see how far you've grown. And I'm getting the imagery of cicadas. You know how cicadas, when they molt, it's you'll find a shell of the cicada. I can't even tell you how many times I've found those stupid molt, the skin molts, and I'll think it's a cicada and I'll freak out because I'm it's a big ass bug. Yet it has to say goodbye to that old version of its skin because otherwise it can't keep growing and expanding. We are also the same. Sometimes you have to be willing to leave that piece of yourself behind so that you can grow into a bigger, brighter, bolder version of yourself. There is also the quote from Rumi, not the quote, I'm not going to say it correct 100%, but it's a two-part. It's like, in order to love, you must continually be willing to break open your heart in order to expand and receive and accept. The other is that sometimes you have to break you say like, oh, I fell and I broke myself. Well, you broke yourself, yet you allowed light to enter all of those places that were not whole. So when we look at, oh, I'm so broken, no, that's the way for light to get in, for you to heal those parts of yourself that are dark that you didn't know existed. Don't let pain, turn pain into purpose, because we are only as great, as capable of receiving love as we are to receiving pain or stimuli. So it's like a threshold thing. If pain is not your thing, which I totally understand, yet if pain is not your thing, you can't ever expect to experience the really, really good things either, because you have no way to compare that was painful or pleasure if you don't experience the opposite. Yeah, yes, they sure do. They sure do. Sometimes, though, those bones never, okay, I love that. There's going to be shocking news. Someone loves you. There is a funeral. There is an ending. Yes, sometimes you need to be, they'll break bones even to help you to correctly grow. Yes. The body is a miraculous piece of equipment. And the thing with it is that once your bone breaks, you're never going to ever heal the same. The body is so beautifully engineered and designed. And once you break yourself, you'll never quite be the same. I've broken 2 bones, and it's never been my strength didn't quite ever return the same. The pain levels, it's just kind of a thing. So, and yet cool stories to tell about broken bones, and, chicks dig scars. Not that I'm into chicks, but, that's what they say. Chicks dig scars. Yeah. Talk about lucky. When I broke my arm in 2019, and I have a shit ton of lore, Solar, a shit ton of lore. I am larger than life. Anyway, when I felt, okay, so I promised one of my children, and I'm not a skater. I don't like skating. I'm not naturally graceful. I have lots of lore. I have so much fucking lore. And if my children were able to vouch, they have lore on me too. So, they can tell you stories that they're like, my mom. Yeah, I do some really epic, legendary stuff. I do all my own stunts. Anyway, so I took these children to the skate arena for birthday, and I promised my youngest, and I'm not a roller skater. I'm not a skater. Freaking not graceful. I can trip on my own feet, right? I don't need to be on roller skates. Anyway, I had promised the youngest one, I was like, hey, if you skate without a granny walker, I'll roller skate with you. Tell me this bitch didn't put herself on roller skates. Well, no, I put me on roller skates. This little girl didn't have a granny walker. Well, we went out there. She was holding on to me, and I went and broke my freaking elbow. And then, it was 1 second it was up, the next second it was gone. And then, the other part of it, I had just gotten this arm tattooed. I had been working on, because I did this in sections. So, I broke this elbow, but it was like 3 days before I broke this elbow, I had gotten tattoo work done on my elbow area. And I was like, I was so freaking lucky that I didn't break my right arm after getting all that tattoo work, because when they put a cast on me, I would have gotten an infection. So sometimes that whole, like, you get really lucky by the grace of God, you know, like, God has a sense of humor and you get really lucky. But I was so freaking thankful it was the opposite elbow. And so the one that I just got a whole shit ton of tattoo work on, only because I didn't want I was thankful my thing didn't get infected and nasty. So, yes. Okay, so tattooing. For me, cottage country, the elbows are so intense. It's so intense. But as I was getting tattooed, and my part, like, I'm getting better about tattooing, but it's because it's like I reach a different peak level. Not because I have so much, but in the spiritual journey, in the healing journey, I realized that each of my tattoos, it's catharsis. Like, I'm literally releasing so much trauma, PTSD, so much of my story that I've been carrying, I release it when I tattoo. So it's not, I mean, it's still painful shit, but not like it was. My poor tattoo artist, because she got to that elbow, and I was like, it's shooting up my arm and into my jaw. Like, every time the needle hit, jaw. Yeah. Solar, if I do not see you again tonight, I'm heading out pretty soon. My phone's about to die. It was a pleasure meeting you, Solar. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Don't be a fool. Be protected and doing whatever you're doing. I've been keeping late hours myself, so it's, well, and anybody else get that when they wake up and they're like, where am I? What decade is it? What day is it? Me? Just me? All right, we have feelings and fairy tales. Don't let them sell you a fairy tale. I know. Oh my goodness. Okay. And this happens to everyone. It's the naps, but yes, the naps. Okay, I was about to say the naps, because you know when you would come home from school and you would take a nap and you would wake up and you would wake up right when the sun would change, so you would be like, is it 7 in the morning or is it 7 at night? Because I'm very fucking confused and I need to know if I need to get ready for the bus because I don't want to miss it. So yeah, I get it. Or I used to nap a lot in high school, and I had a friend that would sit behind me and she would like kick my desk when the teacher was coming, because we had a teacher that was, he was not cool with people falling asleep, and I just didn't, zero fucks given. When you would wake up and you would have like drool and you'd be like, was I asleep? This shirt is a prime example, because this shirt has like little lines on it. So I remember being in high school and falling asleep on my desk like this, and because I used to wear a lot of corduroy, so I would wake up and I would just have like lines. So yeah. I love naps. They're the best. And I have a million cats. Like, the cat's life lesson is that napping is essential. Come on now. And does caffeine really do anything for you, cottage country? Or is it just looks good for the gram? Fairy tale feelings blocked. We're feeling blocked. They're getting blocked. I drink a lot of energy drinks too. I still nap a lot. And solar, there comes a point where you don't care when people make fun of you, or if they don't make, if they make fun of you. And if you're not at that point, come sit with me. I'll help you teach, I'll help you learn how not to care if people make fun of you or not. Because, yeah. Yeah. Your cottage country. Oh, my guy. What's your favorite energy drink, Cottage? Oh, he's snoring. Yeah. It took me a really long time to stop caring what other people feel. A long time. Yeah, I would I'm trying to help people learn how to not care. I mean, my kids got that lesson down, and so much happens with those kids, and they're like, well, that's not my reality. I go, yeah, because I fought really freaking hard for you to not have to adopt to that conformity. That's a doggo snore. Come here, baby. That's a doggo snore. And I was like, I couldn't tell if he was growling or snoring. Hold on. Come here, baby. Oh, I'm so sorry, Badger. I'm sorry, handsome. This is Abel, my Romeo. We share half a brain cell with Abel, especially if you're in our collective. We share half a brain cell with Abel. I'm so sorry. His brother, he has a brother, they're Aries, and his brother is a little orange kitty. So not only do I have a black spooky kitty, Romeo, I also have his brother, which is a ginger, neurotic ginger, and they're Aries. And that's definitely something. I dreamt of him 6 months before I adopted him. I adopted him right when I think he was between 10 and 12 weeks, him and his brother. I adopted them together. And then, cats and pairs are best, honestly, because they help each other learn how to play, and they help each other learn how to grow, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, he's the boy. He's the boy. All right, so I have aviation stories. Yeah, there was a joke one time when they were talking about a pilot, and they're like, how many souls on board? And they're like, 98 passengers and 1 ginger. It's like, yeah, the gingers. Kane, the brother, though, the ginger kitty, he very much has the personality of my son. And I'm like, yeah, you guys are... My son's not ginger, definitely has the personality, though. And I'm like, I must be paying a lot for what I did in past lives. Because this kid is high strung. Yeah. Yeah, that happens too. Cottage country. Yeah. Ginger women are hot, yet real fucking crazy. I'm just gonna say that. And I mean, I have my own stereotypes that apply to me, and I have a ginger soul, so take that as you will. Crazy gingers or cougars, because I'm not like a real life ginger, but crazy and cougars, we got it. Okay, cottage country, I love that you say that. Because I remember the father of my children, my ex-husband, he would be sleeping, like, we would get into fights, and then he would just go lay down, and I'm like, and I would go downstairs, and I would, like, slam shit around, and he used to tell me, because, a lot of those times he was going to sleep so that he could go, because he was in the military, he was in the Army Guard, and he would have to go for drill, and we would always get into a fight when he would go to drill, and I would always go down and slam closet, drawers around. I remember we had first been married, and he had to go to sleep to get ready for drill, and he said the next morning, he's like, "Thank you for not killing me in my sleep." And I'm like, is that when you knew I was the one? When you were afraid and you had to sleep with one eye open? Is that... Okay, well... Cottage, can you handle a cougar, truly? Because you might want to be able to, like, stay within your level. Not all cougars are built the same. Yeah, okay, well. Let's see if there's anything else. Alright. Love spell. And ashamed, guilt, embarrassed, in the wrong. I don't know what to tell you, Cottage. Like... I know what I could tell you, but it's totally off the cuff, and you'd probably be like, the fuck? Oh, man. Okay. You know what's a problem with dating a cougar, though, is sometimes, like, it really angers the older generation when a young man's dating an older woman. Like, those men that are competitors sometimes look at, like, the younger men, like... Or maybe not. I don't know. I know that when I was dating someone who was... He was, like, 16 years younger, and, the grown men that were in my age range were really mad that was the dude that got my time, my attention, my energy, my love, because he was 16 years younger than them. Although neither age range can actually keep up with me, so I'm kind of at a drawing board of partner-wise. Like, the older men can't keep up because they're older, and the younger man can't keep up because they're lazy. I don't know. I'm just kind of... Now taking multiple applicants? Like, we just... I was going to have to get real cool real fast? I don't know. Yeah. Well, and that was... Okay, so that was the other thing I said to the older men. I'm like, if you can't keep up... Like, can we share? Because, or the younger guy was like, if you can't, energy-wise, like, if you can't keep up, like, going to crystal stores and such, right? We'll just use that as an example. If you can't go to a crystal store with me, or you don't have the energy for that, can I go with someone else? We gonna get real cool real fast, or are you gonna commandeer my time, which... They just commandeer your time. They don't actually do it, but... Okay, well, I'm still taking applicants, I guess, is where I'm at. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Alright, let's see. What else? Divine Feminine, secret account. People are watching the Divine Feminine. Alright. I'm done with that. We're done with this. My phone's about to die, guys, so when I'm out. It's not personal. I just, my battery is saying goodnight pretty soon. Just imagine when my phone dies that I'm singing Frank Sinatra, like, My Way. I Did It My Way. I don't know why that it just popped in. I'm like, My father's trying to get a hold of me, is what that feels like. Let's see. My father's trying to tell me to stop being a wild child. Don't let the simps get in. No. Bitch. Oh, okay. So we have simp and we have bitch. That's some energy right there. All right. Let's see what else. Maybe. Simp and bitch and snack. Yeah, you're a snack. People are going to simp on you. They're going to be a bitch. They're going to troll you. That's a them problem, not a you problem. Here's the thing that I've started saying, because I have people that, like, rag on me or, like, criticize me. And I'm like, how are you complaining when you can't? Like, how are you saying I'm a bad person when you can't even get in the club? Like, you can't actually be in my atmosphere, have anything to do with me. How are you going to critique me when you can't even have access because you aren't one of the cool kids? You're hating from outside a club you can't get into. Make it make sense. All right. Let's see. A few more cards from the Kitty Tarot, and then we're out on that. Let's see. See what we got, if anything. On the Kitty Tarot. Alright, so we have Five of Wands and Page of Cups. We need to stop hanging out with Page of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And Page of Cups is just that hot and cold, petty energy. We don't want to be hanging out because they're drinking out of the toilet. Like, that's not who we want to be signing on the dotted line for forever. And Five of Wands. We have to change that pattern of chasing passions that aren't for us or that aren't helping us grow and expand. Let's see if we get any more cards out of here. Two of Cups and Seven of Cups. Wish fulfillment, happiness, union, and love is here. It's around the corner. Seven of Cups, you need to choose wisely. Use discernment. And Ace of Swords, you have to use discernment and logic. I am going to hop out, guys, because my phone really is about to die. I hope you have a beautiful evening. If you are able to donate to my ministry, it is greatly needed. Please. Cash App is Siren, capital S, Song, capital S, Lover, capital L. Should you wish to purchase a journal, manifestation, like moon manifestation or anything such as that, that's on the Ko-Fi, which is on the page. And I hope you have a great night, guys. Thank you so much. Kisses.